Welcome to Actors 2020 Podcasts, episode 114. I'm your host,
Johnny Keatth, and today we have two very special guest stars, two female actors. One is moving to Los Angeles just in a couple of months, and one has already lived here for a month. I'm so interested to find out what the first one has done here in Los Angeles with her time for a month, and I'm so interested in the thought process of the one that's coming to LA in just a few months. Let's give the first actress a call. Her name is Sonia. She's from Philadelphia. She's been in Los Angeles exactly 1 month. So let's give her a call and see what she has to offer you. Now, here we go. Hello, Sonia.
Yes. Who's this?
Hi, it's Johnny Keatth from Actors 2020 Podcast. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Originally, you're from Philadelphia, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
What made you want to get into this crazy business of acting in the first place?
Sorry, I have a bit of a cold, so bear with me.
No worries.
I started acting when I was around, a child in, school plays, since before I can even remember.
Okay.
My mom has, videos of me, Cinderella. And then I started taking it more seriously, I guess, in high school, doing high school plays. And then I went to school for theater. And now I'm here in California pursuing my...
Well, what does your family think about you just packing up and just leaving, going to Los Angeles? Were they supportive of you?
Yeah. Everyone thinks I'm crazy. I think I'm crazy too, but it's fine. They support me and everyone's all for it.
Yeah. Well, if you're crazy, you're right here. You're in the perfect city to be crazy. Lots of crazies out here. A lot of successful people that are crazy as well. So
I know.
Any day, it could be you next.
I'm waiting. I'm patient, and I'm working for it. I'm not expecting any handout or overnight success, but that would be nice.
You definitely will get your shot, and if you're prepared and you're ready, then it's your time.
Yeah, of course.
The worst thing you could do is come out here and not be prepared and, not have any experience, and then here's your shot, and then you blow it.
Exactly.
Right, so you were a runway model as well. I noticed you did a little bit of runway modeling.
I am mainly an actress, but I have been dipping and dabbing in some modeling as well. I've been modeling for, I guess, since I was in high school, and I just did Philly Fashion Week last year, and this year I did New York Fashion Week, little private shows.
Right, but you're actually live walking down the runway?
Yeah.
Once it's your turn and you're walking out there, what's that feeling like?
Runway modeling is a different world of its own. Backstage is super hectic, and no one really knows how hectic it really is. There's clothes flying everywhere, heels everywhere, models running around. And once you finally hit that stage, you're walking, cameras are flashing, it just feels good.
Right, exactly. All right, so you've done a little fashion work, and you've done a little bit of extra work in Philadelphia as well?
Yeah, I was trying to get into film in Philadelphia, but it didn't work so well. But I did do a little donut commercial, which was pretty cool. I've done a lot of theater work. I can't even count.
Right. So what's the difference of being, runway, it's 15 minutes, cameras, I'm a movie star, versus now you're on the theater where you don't get another take. It's live. Yeah. You get one shot. How is that feeling? I know there's probably nerves before you go out, but when you're out there performing, what does that feel like?
Well, with theater, and they have about 5 shows in a week.
Oh, wow.
So it becomes kind of repetitive. That's why I'm kind of moving away from theater. So the first night, yeah, you're nervous live. So if you make a mistake, you got to just go with it. You can't show you're making a mistake. Then you have a second show and then a third show, and you just got to keep doing it. And then towards the 4th, 5th show, there's no more nerves.
Really? So it kind of goes out. Okay. I noticed in a couple of your videos you had on your monologue videos on the wall, and you don't have to talk about this if you don't want to. I noticed there was a big cross. Did you grow up in the church?
Yeah, I did grow up in the church, actually. Yeah, my grandfather was a pastor, so I literally grew up in the church.
And you probably sang in the choir as well, right?
Yeah, I did sing in the choir.
I did too. I grew up in the church as well. So you took the plunge. Did you drive out here? Did you drive out here in your own car, or did you fly out here, take a bus?
No, so I packed up all my clothes. My mom mailed 2 big boxes of my clothes to me, and then I took 1 big suitcase on the airplane.
Oh, okay. So you came out here on an airplane. So how do you get around? Do you have transportation now, or do you just take the Uber and bus?
Now I just take the metro and Uber everywhere, but mostly metro.
So you started out as modeling doing extra work, grew up in the church, doing theater, and now you just want to focus on just being an actress here in Los Angeles. So
no, not just being an actress.
What else?
I'm kind of too short. I'm 5'7 3/4".
Okay.
But I always lie and say I'm 5'8". But I'm interested in doing modeling work here as well, which I just had like a photo shoot with my friend, like, taking more pictures, updating my portfolio. So I guess I'm focusing on acting and modeling.
So acting and modeling you're going to do, like print modeling?
Yeah, print, commercial, and singing as well to perfect that. Like, while I'm here, I might as well perfect everything and put myself out there for everything that I'm talented in, and not just, close myself off to just one thing, because a lot of opportunities are out here.
What steps have you taken to further your career since you've been out here for this month?
I've been auditioning, and I finally got my first short horror film. Yeah, we start shooting the middle of April, like April 13th, so it's exciting. And soon I'm going to start looking for an agent, but I'm trying to take my time on that, really find a good one, do my research and find someone that likes me.
Tell me a little bit more about that film that you're filming.
Oh yeah, it is called.
How did you get that part? How did you get the part?
Yeah, I auditioned. I found it on Backstage, and I'm really excited about this one. This one is called Ronald, like a horror series. They're focusing on Black actors, so they want to give Black actors powerful horror roles, because that's not known. Like a lot of horror movies in the past have been majority white cast, and or the stereotypical Black character dies first, or then people are focusing on giving powerful horror roles to Black people, which is something that I'm all for, and so I'm excited for Ronald and this film that's coming up and the series.
And it'd be great, start looking for an agent right after that, because you're fresh, you just did something. So what is your process of trying to get an agent? How are you going to do that?
Okay, so before I get an agent, I just want to make sure that everything is right on my half. I want to make sure I have more stuff to put on the resume. That's why I'm auditioning. I want to do background work, extra work, short films, just so I can build it up. I want to make sure I have photos. I got a really, really good headshot. I've been working out, making sure my body and everything looks good as well. Trying to sleep and drink water, my face clear, if everything's good on my end before I present myself to an agency.
And that's great that you're getting experience and extra work. That's perfect. I did a lot of extra work, sat there on the set, and I would watch all the actors. Then I started doing stand-in work, photo double work, and you just move your way up. And if someone's not going to cast you, you get a camera and make your own movie.
Just like my friend back in Philadelphia, he made his own movie. My friend Jake, he's right now he's still working and still filming for The Humming Boy that he's writing and producing and directing and acting in. It was pretty cool. He made his own movie, and hopefully that turns out great this year. Can't wait for that as well.
Yeah, because before no one had access to the cameras, no one had access to the technology.
Yep, and his film is also a horror film, so I can't escape horror.
That may be your thing.
I love horror.
Maybe one time you'll be the killer. Maybe the other time you'll be the person getting killed.
I love getting killed. I really do. I don't know why. It's just blood and being so dramatic and dying. It's fun.
So how do you even get the extra work? Are you registered with Central Casting, or how do you get that work? Backstage as well, or online, or?
Yeah, they have extra work and stuff. I need to, like you said, Central Casting. I need to find some more acting sources. So I think I am going to look up Central Casting and LA Castings. And
do you have anything you want to say, or any advice for somebody who's coming to LA since you've already been here for a month?
Yeah, I guess the thing that I've been talking and pushing lately being here is just to not get discouraged. You're going to hear a lot of no's, but I wrote a post that said, if a door closes in your face, that means that destination behind it just wasn't meant for you. What is meant for you will happen to you. You can't avoid what's for you. So if a casting director doesn't want you, or an agency doesn't want you, okay, they weren't meant for you, and you're going to find an agency or film that 110% for your growth and just for you. So don't get discouraged and just keep going. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm really excited to be here.
I appreciate you being my guest star today.
I appreciate you having me.
All right. Bye-bye. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. Too.
If you'd like more information on Sonia, you can go to Instagram, QXEENSONY, Queen Sony on Instagram, or on Facebook, Sonia Janae, Janae, and she has some behind-the-scenes footage of her latest horror film, Ronald.
Welcome to the second part of Actors 2020 podcast. I'm your host, Johnny Keatth, and we have another very special guest for you. She's from Texas, and she is going to be moving here in August 2019. We've already spoke to Sonia, who's been here for 1 month, and you see the progress that she has made. Now let's see what the expectations we have of our next guest, and we are going to let her pronounce her name because I don't want to slaughter it. So let's give her a call and see what she has to offer you. And here we go.
Hello.
Hello, it's Johnny from Actors 2020 podcast. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm going to let you pronounce your name. I didn't want to slaughter it. So how do you say your first and last name?
I'm Adaline Haynes.
Adaline Haynes. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought, but I knew I'd mess it up, so I figured I'd let you do it. So you plan on coming to Los Angeles in August, is that correct?
Yes, at the end of August, early July. So very exciting.
Wow. So what made you even want to get into this crazy acting business in the first place?
I feel like ever since I was a kid, I was always putting on plays for my parents and, just memorized actually the Braveheart speech when I was 12 for fun. And I just always kind of had a knack for it, and then did a couple of school plays as a kid, and then went to college and decided I wanted to do a film minor, and then got hooked up with a studio in Dallas and just fell in love with it.
I mean, Dallas is a pretty happening place for the film industry. So you think you got enough experience there and you want to now move on to Los Angeles instead of staying there in Dallas?
Yeah, I feel like, the ultimate dream for the actor, actress is to move to LA or to New York. And cities like Austin and Dallas are great when you're starting out, really good for getting experience. I think I'm ready to kind of move on, take the next step.
So you're just going to throw your stuff in your car and drive out here?
I actually was in LA in March, packed up my car, got my 2 bloodhounds. I have 2 bloodhounds in the car, and we drove to LA. It was like 19 hours crazy, but that's what I'll be doing again, except for with a U-Haul this time.
You're going to get the rest of your stuff, but you're still going to bring your dogs back as well?
Yes, sir. Yeah. They come everywhere with me. They're great. They're the good travel companions. Yeah.
Awesome. So do you have a job lined up, or are you just coming up here with money saved, or how's that going to work?
I do have money saved. I'm actually in the process of looking for like a good steady job while I'm kind of getting my foot in LA. So hopefully I'll have that lined up before I move out there. That's the plan anyway. But I've been looking at a lot of different options and just kind of seeing what happens.
So you don't know exactly where you're going to be staying yet?
I'm coming down at the end of this month to look at some houses, hopefully put a deposit down somewhere so we'll feel comfortable with the fact that I have housing secure before I go down there.
That's very smart because so many people are struggling. A 1-bedroom room, just a room, shared bathroom, shared kitchen, is almost $1,000.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's hard to find good housing because everybody's trying to get down there. I found a couple of good options, so we'll see what happens.
Right, so let's say you got your place secured, you got your job secured. Then what are you going to be doing during the day to pursue your acting? What's your plan there?
Studio I'm with in Dallas, they have a LA location. So probably get in there and then just try to start making connections, go to auditions and see what happens.
Right.
It's really just kind of, you gotta just do it and see what happens. There's no plan.
So you're from Texas and you haven't been married once or twice or have 2 kids?
No, I have not.
But you know some people that have, correct?
Oh, yeah. No, actually, I have a twin sister, and she's married, so that's crazy. She just got married, and I'm just like, oh, my gosh. I just can't even take care of myself and my dogs, and she's already married.
Yeah, that's the way it is. I mean, I got married when I was 18 and I got married again when I was 19. By the time I came to California, I had been married, divorced twice, and had 2 kids.
Oh my gosh, you did it all.
It just kind of happened, I guess. You said that you were scared to pursue this dream. How come you were scared?
I think there's a lot of like negativity that comes with the words like, I want to be an actor, because it does seem like such a far-fetched dream that multiple people are trying to pursue, and it's a lot of work, and it just kind of feels impossible at times, because it'll break your heart, but it'll make your day too. So it's a lot of stress on me, and then like with my mom or my dad thinking like, okay, like, they don't want to see me go out there and fail, but at the same time they want me to chase my dreams, but it's not easy. That's what it's all about. That's why I love it. And one day you'll make your break. You'll make it or you'll break it, and then to move on or keep pursuing the careers.
You got to do it while you're young, because you'll be 30, 35, 40, time flies by so fast, and you're like, oh, I missed my window.
I know. It's now or never.
Yeah, well, hopefully you get your great place to stay, so you don't have to worry about that, where you can spend time with your dogs and focus on acting. And people from Texas, they don't take any S.
Oh, yeah.
I definitely don't, because you come out here and say somebody wants to teach you a lesson, or they want to hurt you or have a fight with you. They always say, hey, I'm going to do this to you. Oh, and then and I'm like, oh my God, do it already. In Texas, before you know it, your butt is already kicked and you're on the ground. You don't even know what happened. There's no foreplay there. Yeah, I wonder how you're gonna get along with the other girls out here.
I think it'll be great. One thing I just love about LA is how so many different kind of people, so many unique people, all there to pursue something, and they've all got their unique styles, and everybody's just doing their own thing. I love LA. I love the vibes in LA. Everybody's just very unique and rocks their own style. I think it'll be great. I think I will fit right in because I've always kind of done my own thing.
Right. So do you plan on getting some acting classes out here?
Yeah, I'll probably. So the studio that I am at in Dallas, I'm pretty sure that they have a studio in LA too. So I'll probably just attend there.
Right. So what is your goal? Is your goal to be in theater and do the theater thing, or do you want to do just television and commercials?
My goal is TV would be fun, but film is my passion. That's where I think my heart lies, which is also the hardest to get into. But, that would be the ultimate dream.
Really? Can you do the Braveheart speech for us?
Yeah, sure. I fight and you may die, run and you'll live at least a while. But dying in your beds many years from now, would you be willing to trade all the days from this day to that for one chip? Just one chip to come back here and tell our enemies they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom.
Now let's kill them.
Yeah, that stuck with me, surprisingly.
I know. It's so funny how you never forget certain things. I don't know if you listened to any of our shows before, but at the very end, I do a song. It's called The Lesson. It's a rap song. It's about the Hollywood industry. And I wrote it. I wrote it 20 years ago, and I couldn't find my old recordings. I was going to put it up there. I go, you know what? Let me just go get a beat offline and see if I can remember this. I did it in one take. Done.
That's awesome.
It's so funny, but they always say, oh, I listen to every show. Not one person has commented on my song yet. I was like, do they listen to the end? Do they listen to the actual words? It's called The Lesson for a reason, but that's okay. They don't have to. It's not about me. It's not about me at all. It's about it's about talking about, because we talk to comedians and musicians. After I get off the phone with you, I'm going to talk to we're doing women over 50. I interviewed one earlier, but the lady was amazing. Gosh, she was amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was like,
that's awesome. It's cool how many different kinds of people you get on.
Yeah, and then we've been talking to parents and their kids. I interviewed a 5-year-old the other day. He was amazing. And I interviewed a 12-year-old girl the other day, but before I talked to her, I was talking to her mom. She had so much information about, if you want to get your kid into the business and all the pitfalls and the good things and the bad things. I'm like, wow. But I was like, wait a minute, this lady's got a lot of interesting things. And so the reason I was interested, in yours, because, it's not like you have have, a ton of credits. And it was just that, I was interviewing that girl who has already been here for a month. And I thought it would be great to hear from somebody who has been here for a month and somebody who wants to come here. Because I wanted to find the inner workings of your brains and, like, what the heck are you thinking, So,
yeah.
So if somebody else is, out there in Iowa or Georgia or, or somewhere in Massachusetts and they're thinking about coming, this is something that could help them. And so what type of things have you done? Like extra work, you done film or modeling? What have you done?
I've done a lot of student films for around TCU and stuff, and then I'm going to be a smaller role in this film called VFW, and then I have a Netflix thing for this show called The Circle that's coming out. That's a possibility. And just like little projects here or there, promotion, photography stuff for people, little things like that.
So the photos that you have online, is that a professional photographer that did that? Or did you? Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they look nice. Yeah. And so are you interested in modeling at all, like print modeling? Or are you pretty much just here like to do the acting thing?
Modeling's super fun. I am way too short to do anything really with that, but I think it's fun, and if someone asked me to do a gig, then I would be open to it, and but that's not in life.
Right.
My passion is in film.
Right, but print modeling, you don't have to, it doesn't matter how tall you are for that, because it's on print. They don't know if you're 5'2" or you're 5'8". Just promoting somebody's swimwear or somebody's t-shirts, or you just want to be an actor. Is your goal to get into the Screen Actors Guild?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, in the beginning, you don't want to get in too early. 1 out of 10 commercials is union. So that means 9 of them are non-union. My first guest was Celine Silver, and if you go back and listen to her podcast, she claims she gets 30 auditions a month being non-union with not even having an agent.
Yeah, that's so true. I think when you're starting out too, it's easier to just kind of not really do that yet or take that approach yet when you're just trying to get stuff out there. There's more opportunities, I think, starting out to just be kind of open.
Right. So 3 to 5 years, where do you see yourself?
3 to 5 years. Hopefully I will be settled in LA, have good representation, and we'll have had a couple of good projects under my belt. Keep moving up in that profession. That would be my goal.
That's right. So that means you're going to have your Screen Actors Guild card. You're going to be on some type of a series, getting a steady income. You have a great place to live. You'll probably have some companions for your dogs, and you'll be very successful. Let's go with that.
Yes, that's the dream. Yes, that's the dream.
Hopefully you're not going to get into some drawn-out relationship that's going to distract you from your goals, your dreams, and your desires. And next thing you know, you're 27 years old, and you're like, what happened?
No, I've always been pretty level-headed when it comes to my professional career over chasing some boy. If a relationship does present itself, then it definitely wouldn't take precedence over me chasing my dreams. That's
right. It's going to be somebody who has the same vision as you and someone who's going to support you.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, instead of someone who's going to put you into a job or
right.
try to make you a mom and have my children. And you can get that. You can get that in Texas all day long.
Yeah, that's not what I'm here in LA for.
You can go home and get you a good old boy who bring that paycheck home every week and say, here you go, baby.
There we go, yeah. Yeah. I'll be bringing home the bacon, as they say.
That's right. They can stay home and take care of the dogs.
Yeah.
Well, man, it's been awesome talking to you.
Thank you.
And I think somebody that's listening, they're going to be like, wow, okay, if that girl can do it, I can do it too. And I'm interested in talking to you 6 months from now to see how things are going.
Yes, sir. I am so excited. Thank you so much for talking to me, and I'm excited to also check back in 6 months.
Right. So if somebody wanted to get a hold of you, wanted more information about you, where would they go?
My backstage profile, which is just my first and last name, or my Instagram handle is subtract_align.
What is that?
So it's SUBTRACT_ALINE. It's a joke because my name's Adaline, so it's
right.
Subtract.
That's funny.
So, yeah.
That's funny.
My email's on there, so I can be emailed through there.
I wish you the most success. I think that you have a better chance than most.
Thank you.
I want to put good thoughts out there for you. And I want to thank you so much for being my very special guest star today.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
All right. You have a good weekend.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, that wraps up episode 114. First up was Sonia Janae, young actress here in town for about a month. She's already on a movie set doing a horror film called Ronald, We Wish Her Well. Second up was Adaline Haynes. She's from Texas and she's going to be here in a couple of months. And as you can see, she has her head screwed on straight and I'm sure she's going to be successful. Coming up on episode 115 is a very special episode of women out there working that's over 50 years old. First up, we're going to have Loretta Eiley, followed by Joey Jupiter. You do not want to miss that show. I'd like to personally thank each and every one of you for liking our shows, for sharing our shows, downloading our shows. You can listen on iTunes, listen on Spotify, you can listen on Stitcher, you can listen on Players FM, and of course you can listen right here on Actors2020podcast.com. Because of you, you have consistently kept us in the top 10. We got all the way up to number 3. The goal is one day to, just for a day, to be number 1. We couldn't do it without all you awesome artists out there sharing your amazing stories with us, giving us your precious time so you can not only promote yourself, but to help others. Thank you, Celine Silver. Thank you, Nate Adamski, Eric Mosley, Matt J. Doyle, Felipe Santos, Hoond K, Joe Ryan III, Louisa Abernathy, Eli Goss, Lucas Silvera, Ernie Rivera, Jordan Flippo, Lacey Caroline and her mom, Jocelyn Joseph, and of course, Austin Fox. You could be next. Just send us an email to actors2020podcast@gmail.com and tell us your amazing story and why you think you should be a guest on this show. You could be next. If you haven't listened to any of the previous shows, they're only 30 minutes long. Put them on your playlist and just listen to them one at a time. Some other future shows we have coming up is McGregory Federic. He's a superstar from New York City on his way to Hollywood. In just over a year and a half, he's done over 100 projects. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Actors 2020 Podcast. I'm Johnny Keatth, your host, where if you're an actor and you would love to be promoted, just contact us at actors2020podcast@gmail.com. Now we're going to end this episode like we end every episode with something called The Lesson. Because life is a bitch. Gee, really? Why don't you tell me something I don't already know? Cause everywhere I go, people tell me what to do. Hey, go to church, go to school, you treat me like a fool. Now, I don't need religion, culture, or class. You don't like that fact? Well, you can kiss my ass. Yeah, I'm white and I rap. You got a problem with that? Loosen up. And don't be so uptight, take it easy, E. We got the whole night, yes I'm psyched, I'm ready, get the show on the road. I don't wanna stop, cause I just might explode. I tell you what, home slice, I'm twice as nice than any bad boy rapper called Vanilla Ice. My lesson, yeah, it's hip, in case you didn't know what I'm here to inform ya. I'm better than snow, I don't moonwalk or dunk like these Michael J's, but I can hold my own. You hear what I say? Now listen, learn, cause here comes the lesson. Lesson 1. Everybody sit down. JK is gonna take you for a ride uptown. Yo, this is the story of the Hollywood game. Choose your path careful, you're the only one to blame. Now when it comes to pot, crack, tweak, or blow, stick to the rules and just say no. Because you're young, you're eager, you want in the movies. Don't think you'll get there by giving up the booty. Cause they'll use you, abuse you, throw you out like trash. And then you'll discover that you're out of cash. Now your heart, your soul is somewhere on the shelf. And you're walking through the streets now talking to yourself. The lesson. Well, you heard lesson 1, it's time for lesson 2. You have a choice and the choice is up to you. I came to Hollywood to be a rich and famous star, but for now I'm waiting tables and I'm tending someone's bar. Pictures, classes, ages, where the hell does it all end? Every time I turn around, I'm starting over again. I finally got a break with a 5 line and under. My life was starting to roar like lightning and thunder. The phone rings, hello? I'm cast in a pilot. My life spun out of control just like an LA riot. I walked off the set, said to hell with this, oh man. The phone's not even ringing and my life is in the can. The lesson. Yeah, final lesson here, of course it's number 3. Now remember, I'm an actor to be or not to be. When the going got tough, I climbed into the bottle. I'm back on my feet now, revving my throttle on the climb to the top. It's the same old games. Now I'm kicking ass and I'm taking some names. Clawing, scraping, screaming, that was a long, hard crawl. But it was all worth it, I'm a box off the straw. Opportunity was there when I took it with a punch. Not now, baby, but let's do lunch. There's a big piece of pie and you should grab your portion. You can be like me, enjoying fame and fortune. Boom! That's the lesson. Go and learn it. It's the lesson. Go and learn it. It's the lesson. Peace out.